and there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
I'm gonna knock these stickers off. Y'all, we live. These technical difficulties kicking our ass.
Oh, man.
All right, people, trying to get it together. I'm glad y'all are here. All right. Before I address the chat, okay, my bad. What up, people? Y'all are here for the Heroes No Capes podcast, episode 13. All right, I am the abomination known as AJ. Appreciate y'all coming through. I'm here joined by my man's Ego. What up, Ego? Talk to the people. How you doing?
Doing great. It's 4th of July weekend, so I'm going to enjoy this Monday off from work. Let's get it, man.
All right, yeah, people. So I'm trying to put the link out right now. All right, give me a second. All right, we got some stuff to talk about. All right, of course, y'all know Hollywood, mainstream media, they always fucking up. All right.
Word.
And we going to be here to let y'all know, to bring the problems, the awareness to the people. Okay? Ego, you got something you want to say to them while I'm...
No, man, I'm just addressing the chat. Hail, Jesse Contreras, emotionally unstable amphibian. Hail and welcome. Thank you, guys. Lighting looks better on Ego. Thank you. A weekend at Best Buy saved my life right now. Thank you guys so much. I'm glad it's actually working. Hopefully, get my mic up by next time. We'll be good to go on that one too.
All right, bro. So I just sent the tweet out. All right, so anybody else can come up in here. People, how y'all been doing? All right, this ain't all about us. We doing this because I think I talked before on, I don't know, this stream or some other stream. I enjoyed the conversations. Okay, I love talking to other knowledgeable people or people that just care about fandom, who are passionate, who love the things that we so happen to love as well. Okay, no matter what that is. And it's nice to talk to y'all and not just normies all day, every day. Because, you know, you can feel brain dead talking to them. So talk to us in the chat. Let us know y'all here, what y'all have been doing. I fucks with it. Appreciate it. Hell, all of you, all of our followers, supporters.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, that tweet is out. People today, like I said, stuff going on. Okay, I made videos on Lightyear, but I haven't talked about it in a while. Okay, I'll put some videos out. Let y'all check those out. The Phantom Menace. Mike has bad knees. I think we will be addressing that later on. But you know, these people's opinions don't mean just about anything. So
no,
you know,
not at all.
But that's word on the street. That's what that's the gossip going on in the salon. These
At barbershop talk.
But yeah, y'all. So we got. I know on my end, we got Gay Spider-Man. All right, they checking another box. All right, they calling Squirrel, but instead this time the command is gay. We got gay. Come check it out. What they say? The gay. Can't say that. Don't can't say gay. Well, they saying it. They loud and they proud with it. All right, so we got that going on. Speaking of the Lightyear stuff, Tim Allen. If y'all don't know, Tim Allen came out and he done said some things. He had some things to say about Lightyear. All right, Lightyear. Chris Evans is Lightyear. Let me say that. Let me make sure I be specific.
Very,
the same way I
very
say
specific on that one.
The same way I say the Lion King remake 2019. Okay.
Right.
And then yes, that Salon article. Mike has bad knees because, man, y'all know how we do for our peoples in our group, in our community. Anybody fighting against this woke nonsense. All right, we got to call them out. We got to mock and shame these people after we show that we have the high ground and we're better than them. Not because we're virtuous, not because we're perfect, not because we're flawless, but because we know, as somebody tried to quote tweet me, we know we pieces of shit. Okay? But it's that. It's acknowledging that and trying to be better people. That's what our heroes, that's what our myths and mythos teaches us, okay? Mm-hmm. And we acknowledge the differences in people, and that's why we a good community, man. That's why I love you guys. I love that y'all here to listen to us talk. Ego, bro, I'll be talking forever, man. Take it.
I like what you got to say. I mean, that's the main thing is that, we're not just here to be player haters or anything like that. It's just to say, well, hey, when you're making these remakes, you have to be mindful of the original source material, being mindful of the fans that are built into the product that you're going to be giving us. Because if it's not what we've been shown, if it's out of character, then not only are we going to reject it, we're going to call you out on it. It's not like we're just saying we hate this or this is terrible. We're giving you reasons why it's disconnected from the characters. As well, you're going to wind up telling us about Lightyear with our stream today, and with what I've got with Black Adam as well.
Yeah, bro, they calling us evil and pieces of shit and all this type of stuff because we have opinions simply on media, okay? But pay attention how these people who have these hit pieces and got these old evil negative comments, they're always critiquing us as a person when we're critiquing the garbage content that they love, that they continue to consume. But after they show that they really don't know anything that they're talking about, they just consume it and they just attacking us because we're knowledgeable. And we can tell them, I guess they take it personally and feel like since they like the shit that we say is garbage, then we calling them garbage. Hey, take it how you want. But then they come at us like that, and it's like, hold on, bro. I was talking about the Lion King. I was talking about Lightyear. I was talking about Star Wars, and now you coming with this personal shit. Cool. Yep. Now that everybody see that you the piece of garbage that you are, now it's time for me to laugh at you and talk my shit and all that type of other stuff. Just for them to report and cry and snitch and let somebody else come in and solve their problems, because they have no backbones, they have no spines, they have no powerful genital to hold. They switch up too often. They ain't committed to anything. All right, so I'm responding to a dog client of mine. People, I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm not ignoring you, Ego.
While you're working on that, I can address the chat while you work on that, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Matthew Matson, I haven't seen Superman and Lois. I was trying to not go with it, but everyone that watches it tells me how good it is, even though, traditionally he doesn't look like the Clark Kent that I've seen of old, the Tom Wellings or even the Dean Canes or Christopher Reeve. But, I'm willing to give it a shot. Just please tell me it's on anything other than HBO Max. I might have to get rid of that subscription because it's just sunken money at this point. But I might have to check that out.
Hey, hold on. So you said HBO Max. I was watching HBO Max because they had like the old Boomerang shows, and they got a lot of the DC like animated stuff, which is great for the most part. But I just bought me a little Hanna-Barbera collection from Walmart, so I'm really getting into the collecting the physical medium.
Yeah. And that's where I am. I was like, I only got it because of the Snyder Cut. And now that that's done and it's a box DVD set that's a collectible in itself, I don't really have a need for it anymore. I was going to hold out for Young Justice, but I think season 4 or season 3 of the current season has been trash.
Yeah,
like it had a really great premise, but it's been trash. So outside of having it for the Snyder Cut, I don't really even use it anymore. So I mean,
also Top Gun was at Walmart, so I'm gonna go back and get that.
See, oh yeah, please do, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna cop that, man. I'm gonna get my movie collection going. You know,
yeah.
I'm gonna actually own some stuff. I'm gonna have a treasure trove during the apocalypse. Okay,
exactly. Take it back to DVDs, baby. Back when to DVDs.
When I'm not dispersing colored people off of my property, I can sit back with my gun, watching old Disney movies. Oh shit!
Oh man!
But all right, Jose, you said back home in San Antonio, came back from Port Aransas. I don't know how we pronounce Aransas, Port Aransas. All right, got 2 big red snappers. Okay, got him some fresh fish. Only grievance, gay Spider-Man. Hey man, I love that gay Spider-Man is here. You want me to tell you why? Maybe we can segue into our first topic with that. Let me go ahead and address the rest of the chat. Matthew Matson. Yes, physical media is king. I got to build my library. A lot of these people growing up with this digital shit and these streaming services. Bro, hold on. See, bro, I'm going off on a tangent. I was watching Fuller House, though, which I enjoyed the show.
Okay.
And one of the adults was telling the kid about this, like, these dark ages, these dark times, when he was like, when you watch a show on the TV, on television, it was like, and you left, you never saw it again. There's no such thing as rewind, like none of that shit. It's like, bro, I gotta watch the little channel guide to see when that episode comes back.
Talk about panic attacks when you're 10 years old.
I'm telling you, bro, like, that's wild. So a lot of people growing up with this trash, and it's just the norm to them. Not saying streaming services are trash. I'm saying, like, the trash media that we got. Yeah. So unless they have an adult, like, showing them, like, better, like, good stuff, then they're just like, all right, this is what we get. This is how the world works.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
But, yes, so let's talk about gay Spider-Man. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to let y'all know. Now, I've been hearing talk of the gay Spider-Man. I definitely watched Ripple's podcast where he was talking about it. Again, bro, I just haven't had the energy. Not really the energy. I just didn't want to make a video. I don't like to jump on topics as soon as they drop. I kind of just like wait, see what's happening, and get like see if I'm going to be spurred to make a video. Something in my soul is going to be like, you need to go talk about that. And I got some ideas, but the gay Spider-Man, which I will make a video on it, it's the same as the Miles Morales. It's on the nose. It's the checking of the boxes.
Yep.
It's just like we have this character. So I heard somebody say it's a self-insert. I mean, we'll look more into it
here. I got that, bro. Give me you. Okay. You got the commentary. I drops the facts on that one.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
But I mean, now even if it is a self-insert, just look at. Again, Marvel still, they approved of it. All right, editors still were like, this is the shit. Let's put it through. So, it's the same. Like I said, it's the same with the Miles Morales. They checking the box and saying, we have this. They don't care about the product anymore. We just created another Spider-Man. Like I said, I got all these Spider people on my wall. All right. Not because I love them all, but because that shit was like $8 at Ross. And I like the dude in the middle. The dude in the middle is the GOAT. So I'm like, okay, they just adding to the Spider-Verse. All right, we got another Spider variant, Spider box checker. So now we have flamboyant gay web weaver, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Okay. So, all right, I'm going to share my screen, people. I'm going to let y'all have it. Let's dive into this.
Go play.
All right, now this is coming from CBR. Now, why CBR? Because this is a comic book website, so they get the... Yep. They get the news, you know what I'm saying? They legit, I guess, as far as legit journalism goes these days. But they also get like the, first scoops or exclusives and shit from like Marvel and DC or whatever. So, again, this is a source that, I don't know. Do I want to say a shield site, Access Media?
It's just shield site, man. It's a shield site. It's Access Media. Just go ahead and call it what it is.
Okay, cool. So, we letting y'all know how they think, all right? These words are theirs, not ours. We're just taking you on the woke journey. All right. Marvel introduces its first gay Spider-Man as the latest Spider-Verse variant. Like I said, okay, this is another Spider-Verse little character. If y'all actually read the comic, it was like hundreds of them people, spider people, when it was supposed to be one dude got bit by a spider, one of a batch. You know what I'm saying? And then this shit's supposed to be unique, but you know, you get a spider. You get a spider. You spin a web. You spin a web. All right, Marvel will introduce his first gay Spider-Man. First gay. I did it. A new character named Web Weaver in the upcoming Edge of Spider-Verse #5, which releases in September. Edge of Spider-Verse. So I read the Attack of the Spider-Verse or whatever the Spider-Verse like book arc was, but they've continued. It's a whole thing now. I guess I'm asking you if you know
about what
this Edge of Spider-Verse.
I'm guessing it's just they're just trying to put it in for it's the new book they're trying to put in. It's just they're kicking a variant off for every issue.
Okay, so this is
yeah. Go ahead.
So this is I guess some run called Edge of Spider-Verse, and
yeah.
Okay, so this is the newest Spider to enter the fray.
Right.
Marvel will debut. Y'all see him? Hand on his hip.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Y'all see
Lord.
him? He's looking glamorous. There you go. Look at him. Got this little floral web pattern. That man, he's so cute. He's so cute. Edge of Spider-Verse #5, writer Steve Fox shared an image of Marvel's first gay Spider-Man, Web Weaver, onto his Twitter account. Something I realized immediately when conceiving Web Weaver is that he can't and shouldn't represent all gay men. Fox posted, no single character can. His fearlessly femme identity is central to who he is, but it's not the story, which you can experience for yourself in September. All right, so that's what's happening. Well, my design for the brand new Spider debuting in Edge of Spider-Verse says this is it again. All right, the contrapposto pose. He's putting all of the weights on the leg. Okay, he looks pretty on it. It's stable though, but you got the hip out. Okay, look at his hands. His hands it's not on his hips. It's not crossed. Okay, it's not like what am I saying? Like there's no tension. He's just loose. He's flowing. Oh my goodness. I'm ready to see his spider food. What's up, man? Huh?
Switching in the wind, man. Switching in the wind. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Just think when they release the next Spider-Man game, and this is a character or a skin, and the flips and the gracefulness of this spider through the air, bro. The exaggerated swagger of this gay man. I'm going to want to feel that. I'm going to want to put webs out in the sky and dance on them. I have a question. When he shoots his webs, are they going to be the colors of the rainbow?
I don't know, bro. They're going to be silk. I know
I'm shooting pride everywhere. Okay.
It's going to be silk, bro.
Oh, my goodness. But you got more on that?
Okay, the character design for Web Weaver was created by Chris Anka. From the jump, I looked at a lot of McQueen and Mugler for this as an inspiration. I don't feel like doing a voice for him. Anka tweeted on June 23rd. I cast a wide net for the original designs while also looking at new and unique spiders that Fox has recommended, which eventually pared down to this look. Web Weaver will debut in this comic that nobody reading. All right, he posted solicitation information so y'all can know where to get it. The 3 brand new spiders get their start here. Web Weaver, a not so mild-mannered fashion designer at Van Dyne, gets spider powers and shows us a very different kind of spider slayer. Cause Queen Slay. Hunter Spider, imagine a world where Sergei Kravinoff got spider powers. So in the movie we're gonna see him as a vegan. And in a comic, we're going to see him as a lion spider. Creative. You are not ready for the most hardcore spider yet. Hold on. Don't make him black. Don't make him black now. Both of these and Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, the filmmakers behind the Spider-Verse movies, create a new spider just in time for the end of the Spider-Verse. Hold on. So the creators of the movie
Oh boy. Hold on.
Create a new Spider. So they creating a Spider for their Spider-Verse movie.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
think I think that's it's coming out. So I think they're trying to back it up with these new characters to insert them into the movie to make it quote unquote comic book accurate and canon. So now they can say that follow the source
Wow.
material. Do you know what I mean?
Hold on. The series, I get what you're saying, and that's funny because you know the shit that we seeing in movies right now being pushed
Yeah.
have been just validated by comics just recently. So they're like, hey, it happened in the comic. Look at here
Right.
within this
Right.
decade. But now you're telling me that the creators of the movie actually have influence on the comic and are saying make this.
Mm, it looks
That
like.
that's what this says from right here. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, the filmmakers behind the Spider-Verse movies, create a new Spider just in time for the end of the Spider-Verse. So they're gonna put him in that comic to validate this new Spider when you
Yes.
see it in the movie,
Yeah.
as well as, uh, so Craven's coming. He's gonna be in here as a hunter spider. Okay, I said lion and spider. All right,
All
went too
right.
far off. Like I said, the shit's not creative. A web slinging Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's
Good
weird. He
lord.
got tiny arms. Felicia Hardy Black Cat's a new spider. She's a spider. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, they hand the spider powers out to everybody. Bro, these heroes mean nothing to these people. They just capitalizing off the name, hoping that y'all gonna, give in, pay for the shit, read it, pay attention to it. That's what's happening. That's trash.
Consume.
That's
Consume.
garbage, man. And
Absolute
they're well
garbage.
aware, and they're all working like, as a team in tandem, I think is how you say it,
Yeah.
on this pushing of the identity politics through media.
Well, I mean, I would say if you think about it, all these IPs are incredibly expensive to maintain, right? For some of them, you have to make a movie or comic every few years before it reverts back to the original ownership, right?
Yeah.
So if you spin off of another character, right, and that character by some hint of imagination becomes widely popular, you can drop the original IP, push the character that you want. It's all in house. You collect all the profits.
Miles
So if you
Morales.
right, so if you can intentionally tarnish the IP in the comics, and you wind up getting a new consumer base that you keep trying to push with identities or identity politics or gender, whatever, and they pick that up and say this is our Spider-Man, you wind up pushing out the original IP and you keep your own IP that you created. It's like almost dastardly as a plan at that point. I think that's the only way that I can explain it outside of sheer incompetence. You know what I mean?
Man, and it can't be just complete incompetence. I
Okay.
definitely think this is orchestrated. I think this is targeted. I don't know what the push is to. And the thing is that it happens with these comics, it happens with movies because it's under the radar. A lot of people are
Yeah.
not paying attention, but it's
Right.
being normalized to children. Okay,
Right.
and I'm not saying gay people can't be normalized to children. I'm saying think of the state of mind of the way of thinking that they're putting on these children. Like black children, I hate Miles Morales because again, bro, he's tokenized. Everything he got is handed down from Peter Parker. So now you got black kids being raised thinking, if they're being raised by this media so much, that my world has to move because of some white person. I don't have the power to do it on my own. The power that I have, which Miles had the spider, and he was like, "No, I don't want this. I hate this." The only
Right.
power that you have as a person first, as an individual, but then as a black person, that shit means nothing until somebody else kind of
Gives
like
it to you.
gives that to you, spurs it into you. It's like you have no control over your life until.
Right.
But so, yeah, man, and I hate a lot of people will say we hate gay people and whatnot, but it's like, bro, they doing it to gay people as well. You see these companies with all these rainbows and they fucking like icons. Probably not now because it's July, but I'm like, look at this shit now. I'm like, they making this dude as flamboyant as fuck. Every gay person that they have
Right.
be sexually aggressive. It's like you are
Right.
disrespecting everybody. You're checking boxes. And a lot
Right.
of people need to see this and know what's really going on instead of just accepting because black, because gay, because flag.
Right.
What's
Well,
up, bro?
I was gonna say that the problem that I'm having too is the fact that Steve Fox is creating this character. Steve Fox is gay. fine, whatever. But he says in his tweet, it shouldn't represent all gay men, right?
Mm-hmm.
He then proceeds to make the most stereotypically gay man as a Spider-Man. As like, do you not see the irony of what you just did? You know what I mean? And on top of that, so basically you're saying he's a not so mild mannered fashion designer, right? And he works at Van Dyne. Van Dyne is supposed to be the Wasp's clothing line, like because
Okay.
in the comics and canon, she's actually a fashion designer. So she makes clothing for superheroes and clothing for civilians, right?
So he
So
has
you're
to be validated by Wasp in
Yes,
some
that's what I'm
way.
saying. Yes, because he was a fashion designer at Van Dyne. He's not. He doesn't have his own company. He doesn't make his own clothes. He's using the materials that he gets from Van Dyne to actually make his own suit. So even
Mm-hmm.
if you're black or you're gay, you can't do for self. Like as Malcolm X said. Malcolm X said, "Hey, do for self." He can't do for himself. He has to take what from Van Dyne's clothing line, make his own costume, and go out into the world as this flamboyant superhero. Which I guess is the other thing is that when you thought about the original concepts of Batman and even Spider-Man, if you saw something crawling up a wall or something in the dead night, you would think it was an animal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we would take someone having to see it and say, no, it's a person dressed up as that to actually say, oh, it's a person. So you're telling me this person's going to be out and flamboyantly gay, wearing materials from Van Dyne. Do you know how easy that person's going to be to spot?
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Recognizable
Like,
as hell. So this nigga
right,
had flowy patterns on and materials
right,
and shit, laces
right.
and
Anyone that worked at Van Dyne would be like, bro, like, Charles, is that you? No,
that's
it's not. It's Web Weaver. And
that's our 2020 fall line.
bro, if in that issue he's walking down the runway, I swear to God, I,
Bro, you know
we
he
would have
will.
nailed it.
Bro, he's gonna
And,
web some villain up, and he's gonna have some catwalk where he's walking up to the villain, saying whatever flamboyant shit that he's gonna say. Talking about he taking down the man, something.
right. I mean, and I guess as an aside, guys, hey, we ain't just trying to gay bash or anything like that because there are actual decent gay characters that happen to be gay. We're talking about Hellblazer, who's been bisexual since the '90s. We're talking about Midnighter, who's around. There are plenty of gay characters, even Docket, who is Marvel legacy of Wolverine. There are actual decent characters that are gay, lesbian, bisexual. We're just saying that it doesn't have to be so on the nose as if you put this character out in the real world, we wouldn't be able to readily identify them. That's all.
Yeah. And Dawkins, I love Dawkins.
I love Dawkins. He's
My
awesome.
my introduction to Dawkins was seeing him fight Scar, the Hulk suit.
Okay.
So I was like,
Okay.
oh snap! Like I knew about him before, but I was like, dang, he taking down a Hulk, baby.
Right.
So and Dawkins he's not flamboyantly
No.
gay. They don't
No.
bring so much attention to it. It's like when he can use it to like his advantage or some shit. Like when they come across it like normal life, then they address it. But he's not out there pride flagging it, rainbow mohawk and whatnot, saying I'm
Right.
gay, I'm gay. This is me. This is my identity. I'm gay. And bro, like some ad popped up on Twitter
Okay.
and it was some gay stuff and I posted, I was like, I'm sure there's more to you people than just what you present, just than who you fuck. But
Right.
I'm like, y'all make it so hard because this is all you put yourself out there is I'm
Right.
only this. And I'm
Right.
like, well,
I'm only good for this.
yeah, so I'm like, well, if I'm trying to know you as a person and this is all you got, I'm not fucking you. So there's no reason for this interaction to even really be happening. But yeah,
Right.
man, it's like that's what they're kind of putting themselves out there. And that's how these companies are treating it. This is all you
Exactly.
are. And this dude, I feel like this gay dude was kind of like, I can't speak for you, but I know for me,
Okay.
which I've said in streams, you the black nerd. When you growing up in a hood school, everybody's like you on that white shit. Okay, you a nerd. You trying to be white. So I feel like he probably had people coming to him like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You want some gay shit? Like you weirdo. You the F slur. I don't want to say it because they report you for that shit on YouTube and get you out of here real quick.
Yeah.
I'm trying to continue the
They
video,
get
but
you up out the pant. They get you out the pant
yeah,
real quick.
but stuff like that, and a lot of people can internalize it and be like, okay, now I'm going to go into this company, and now I'm going to shame like all of these people. Now I'm going to be gay as fuck, and they can't do nothing about it. So I'm like,
Right.
that person turned some villain type stuff where they turn their own issues and insecurities and the hatred or the attacks of the world, and now they're like, I'm going to put it out there in your face to where you can't do nothing but accept it. Like, these people get off on your character is gay now.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's, and again, I have a serious problem with people trying to write out their therapy on the medium that doesn't. It's not good for that. If you want to tell the story, you want it to be, you did the best, and you just happen to be insert political affiliation, ethnicity, race, or orientation. It was supposed to be that. And instead you said, well, hey, if I elevate this, it doesn't matter how terrible my story is or how far removed from canon it is. And people that are actually follow this, that have read all the comics, that follow the lore, that know what's canon, what know what's not, are saying, no, we're outright rejecting this. That's not the character. That's not the way that you showed us them to be. That's not who they've been through their trials and tribulations and what they've been able to conquer. And so it's like, well, hey, I can't identify with this. And if all you're identifying with is a character's identity, this is like you're trying to write your autobiography, and I don't like it.
And this ain't that. Go make your own gay book.
Exactly.
If there was like, I just thought of a scene. I was like, okay, how would this be acceptable? Like I said, docking has been handled well, but if I seen a hero just beat up somebody, and the cops come, and maybe the character's like webbed up or some shit, because we talking about this gay Spider-Man or whatever. But if they were just like, held down, restricted from like movement, and he said, and the character was like, as the hero makes his exit, and was like, if the circumstances weren't as such, I might fuck you or something, or some shit like that.
Well, that's what it seems like. That's right around the corner.
I'm saying I would be fine with that if this dude wasn't flamboyant, but if he just said little jabs like that from time to time, I'll be like, oh snap, and this dude gay? I'm like, wow. Sort of like, it was this dude called, I think his name was Bulot, from this anime, A Comic Got Killed. Okay. And you didn't know he was gay until he started flirting with the main character, and they made it obvious. And he was like, hey man, if you ain't trying to, you ain't trying to do this battle stuff, we can go have our own little time or something. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, because dude is like, he's being himself, but he's making like little jabs. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm shooting my shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a flirt.
Exactly.
But throughout the show, it's not like, oh, he's gay, I'm gay this, I'm standing up for this, I'm standing up for this. He was just a real ass dude, and he just so happened to be gay at the same time. Right. So it's like,
I'm gonna let you know what I like. I'm shooting my shot.
I'm letting you know, yeah.
Good. If not, it's cool. Fine.
But he was a real man. So it's like, you looking at him and you like, if he on my team and I'm looking at the villain, I'm be like, hey bro, you better tone down with that nonsense for a minute, beat you and fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got no problem with gay characters, all right? But when that's all that is to you, like I said, ain't no point in this interaction for you to even like really be in my presence, especially in this comic book.
Exactly.
But yes, hell, the lore, they used an orb weaver for this, which I would say I'll give them points for like creativity for that, but it's not creative. That's just not hard. So nah, I won't give them anything.
I got you. Oh, and Sleazy 005. Yeah. Anytime I see Tom King as the writer for anything, I put the book down. I immediately put the book down. I will give him points for the Omega Men. He did a decent job writing Kyle Rayner's version of White Lantern, but when it comes to the interpersonal relationships between men and women, it is god awful. So I will only give him points for Omega Men. The rest, I will drop it. He completely ruined the Bat and the Cat for me, especially after them failing to do the wedding in Rebirth. But I digress. I'm gonna have to calm that one down. I gotta woo-saw the headphones on that one because, oh boy, okay.
All right, so look, I don't know like authors like that and writers too much. I'm just not paying attention to all this stuff. Okay, I was just looking at the product and was like, this is great. I like this guy. I'm more of the artist, so I pay attention to artists like doing stuff. But now I'm being way more knowledgeable on these dudes that
Tom. I was like, Tom King. I don't mean to cut you off, but like Tom King's weird weird fetish is he likes to make male female relationships like mother son. Like the guy gets completely emasculated. The woman's always having to save them. The guy's always crying. It's awful, man.
Is he another one of those writers that apologized and was like, I'm donating this money to this unfortunate people or less fortunate some shit?
No, it's not that. It's like the weird thing is I think
Probably
he's like ex CIA, bro. He's ex like government, ex CIA. Like imagine the stories he could tell that are technically not on the nose, but hey, based on like this mission that happened or based off of this intel, the spy thrillers that he could write with the background that he has would have been amazing. And he just chooses to use his knowledge to write mommy daddy issues. Take your therapy someplace else, bro.
All right, bro. Look, that's weird. My dog just ran in here for some reason, so I'm weirded out. So
which you gotta check it out?
Zuko, I don't think so. I think he just bored, bro.
Right, dude, my dogs around here just hit me in the kneecaps too, bro. I think they hear what's going on in the chat. They're like, "Yo, we need to get our screen time too."
Yeah, man, we wild. All right, so my wife gone to the vet. Okay, so she took the animals to the vet.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. Yeah, he might. Anyway,
you need to check it out.
No, it's nothing. They'll be barking, bro.
Okay,
they good.
All right.
I said he just bored. I usually don't allow it, but I understand. But yeah, man, this gay Spider-Man. I don't want to talk about this shit no more. I'll make a video on it when I look more in detail, but I don't want to bore the people with just another checking of a box. All right.
Agreed.
All right, since everybody else be having their pets on their stream, I'm gonna call my boy over here since he ran over here. Okay. Zuko, come here. There you go. Up here, boy. Can you jump up on the screen? There you go. I have big dogs. Big dogs.
It's good.
All right, he don't want to do that. Cool, I'm with it.
Okay.
Big dogs, people. Big dogs. Okay, wolf pack. I'm gonna let him hang out with
my dogs on because they're gonna knock everything over.
Yeah.
They here. I said I'll put up a pic later, but good lord.
Hell, the Lord, I do not remember when Miles' name was Kid Arachnid, and that's funny because I had actually I was like, why is this dude name not Kid Arachnid or some shit? Like, why is he not removed from Spider-Man? And as I looked the name up to see if it was some other superhero in existence, he did come up, and it was like the Marvel database. So I was like, okay, I guess he was referred to this at some point. So I don't know. Do they separate him at all? Bro, in the Miles Morales reboot, okay, when he will be referred to as his superhero name when I take control of the character, okay, I'm going to make sure he's going to be done right, okay? He's going to be Black Spider-Man in his, I mean, basically, come on now, that's his core, all right? But there's a lot of black kids like Spider-Man, so I'll take him and I'll do him right.
All right, man. Good luck. Good luck with that.
All right, ain't no wrong with some real, a real white mentor. There are those, okay? But I'm gonna make sure he has a black mentor as well in his life. And there you go. But all right, people, that's for a later time. That's for another time.
Look, we looking forward to it, man.
But yeah, so I mean, that was Marvel. Marvel hasn't done anything else really that I can think of. But Marvel is controlled by Disney. And the thing about, you was about to say something?
No, I said, of course. Go ahead.
So the thing about that is I feel, it's like I sort of feel responsible, bro. I feel like, I'm trying to compare this to something, but it's kind of like I don't know if y'all played Far Cry 6, but that kid, the kid of Giancarlo Esposito's character, where your dad is like this dictator, and you just see him killing people and torturing them, and you like, damn, bro, I don't want to be nothing like my draconian father. And that's how I feel about Disney, because I'm a diehard Disney dude. All right, I was there from my conception. All right, I love my Disney. That's what started me on this whole nerd journey. So to see Disney buying all these companies and pushing agenda, becoming political, influencing how people think, it just makes me feel dirty. It makes me feel dirty to think that the magical mouse is capable of this. Okay, so much. He's so powerful that he controls the fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe. Think of all those superheroes. Think of the cosmic scale the mouse has done them in. Star Wars, a galaxy far, far away. the mouse has done what the Empire could not. Okay, yeah. I'm telling you how I'm watching nature documentaries and I'm seeing Jon Favreau's name on it. I'm seeing I don't know if it was Disney Plus where I saw that Barack Obama animal documentary, but anyway, you seeing Disney involved in a bunch of liberal media. Who would think that the mouse could do that? Fucking Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts. All right, my man that went into anime and got into his own JRPG. What other Western property has done that? But okay, so going back to the roots, okay, going back to Disney, I'm gonna share this with y'all. Now, I do say a lot that if the people playing these characters, okay, these actors, doing the voice work for a lot of these characters who've kind of been a part of pop culture, but kind of ingrained in it. All right, you don't know them separate of that property, or you don't know their property separate of that person. All right, Disney itself has taken this property and fucked it over with Lightyear. Okay, but this actor, Tim Allen, has finally come out and said some have some words on this Lightyear story that's not the actual story, but based off it in some way, but tied to the name. Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. So Tim Allen has came out and gave his thoughts on the Lightyear movie that has just come out. That y'all know Chris Evans has told y'all was idiots for criticizing it or not being progressive, getting with the times, yada, yada, yada. All right, but now Tim Allen, the original voice of Buzz Lightyear, not this Chris Evans soy boy, not this wannabe, not this Ranger wannabe, okay, this Ranger reject. This is coming from Deadline. All right, Tim Allen speaks for first time about Lightyear controversy. Says he discussed film many years ago with studio brass.
Right.
Shit.
You all right?
Goddamn devil, get into me. I'm telling you. All right. The original Buzz Lightyear has finally spoken about the controversy over Chris Evans voicing the main character in Disney Pixar's Lightyear origin story. Y'all, I'm dying as I'm reading this, but I'm doing this for y'all. The short answer is I've stayed out of this because it has nothing to do with my Buzz Lightyear. So he come out and said it. He admits it. He's paying attention to what's actually going on. He was like, hold on. This story don't sound like anything that my Buzz Lightyear should be involved in. Allen told Extra of the new film in an interview published Wednesday.
Hold up. That's probably my dog. So give me. I'm mute. Go ahead. Keep going.
All right. The origin story of the film character that inspired the Buzz Lightyear toy from the Toy Story films replaces Allen's talents with those of Evans. But Allen pointed out, as many have, that he was voicing a toy in Evans as an animated human being. So I know from what I read, he thought he was actually doing Buzz, but he was like, oh, this is a real life Buzz Lightyear. And so he's making that distinction. And he says, it's a wonderful story, Allen said of Lightyear. It just doesn't seem to have any connection to the toy. And it's a little, I don't know. It just has no relationship to Buzz. It's just no connection. I wish there was a better connection. Now, people, is Tim Allen aware of what's going on? Yes, hell, the Lord, stay hydrated. See, I've been drinking alcohol. Shame on me, man. I just hit my pipe. All right. But anyway, I got to do better. But I got my workout in yesterday. All right. And I'm going to get one in today. All right. So, but yeah, so like Tim Allen has, like, he's paid attention. He was like, this has no connection. I wish there was a better connection. He was like, I don't know if he's aware of what's going on, like I said, but he was at least aware enough to know, like, this has nothing to do with Buzz Lightyear, especially Toy Story. So he was like, there's just something off about it, something he just don't feel right about, and therefore he don't want to partake. All right, he don't want no part of the project. Allen also revealed that he was a part of discussions about the film early on. So they came to him. All right. We talked about this many years ago. It came up in one of the sessions. I said, what a fun movie that would be. All right. And I don't know what exactly was the pitch that they pitched to him for him to say that was a fun movie, but he was intrigued, to say the least. Right. But the brass that did the first 4 movies, he said, likely in reference to departed Pixar chief John Lasseter, who's no longer a part of Pixar. They went off to do their own thing. Him and some other people from Pixar. This is a whole new team that really had nothing to do with the first movies. Okay, so he was saying these are not even the same people. Now, ego, people out there who have watched my videos, do y'all recall me saying that Angus McLean and Gail Sussman, although they worked, okay, they helped, but they was doing like art shit. They wasn't there for the actual creation of these characters, for the story process.
Right.
But because their name was attached in some way, Disney validates it by saying, oh, they worked on this, which Gail Sussman only came in on Toy Story 2. So the shit was already going, you know what I'm saying, full steam ahead by the time she came through. So, right. And like I said, even Tim Allen knows this. These ain't the same people.
Nope.
Allen also observed that part of the magic of the Toy Story films is that they're really buddy films. It's Hank and I. There's really no Toy Story's buzz without Woody. All right, and then this is the actual video of him saying that. I mean, we can watch it if y'all want to. Chat, let me know.
I don't know if you want to get that strike, we definitely have to comment a lot on that, though.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, that's the point I'm trying to make. Tim Allen, at least if he's not fully aware, he was like, something's not right about this. I really don't want to have any part of this. And, like, a lot of people were saying, like, well, they failed because Tim Allen wasn't a part of it. That would have brought in so much money. It would have. But he would have also been a contributing factor to this woke nonsense. I'm glad he stayed away from it. I'm glad he's not a part of it. I'm glad Tim Allen is not attached to this garbage. I'm glad he can see the bigger picture. I'm glad something in Tim Allen's soul told him that this is not a story that Buzz Lightyear should be involved in. Therefore, the voice of Buzz Lightyear would not be involved in it. But I have no control over their characters, so, you know, what they do is what they do. But Chris Evans came in and was just like, oh, yeah, how much y'all paying me? To say what? To push what? When an interview say this line? Cool. All right, I'm there.
I'm with it. Exactly.
All right, bro. I'm tossing it to you, man.
No, I was gonna say, you know, I guess the other thing is the fact that part of why Toy Story was also popular was because of the toy line, the merchandise that came out with it. You know, I was reading it's a Hollywood branded article about how Toy Story essentially came to be with the toys. And, you know, originally when they said it was going to be a computer generated movie, a lot of toy manufacturers balked at it because they didn't know how well it was going to sell. And so once you saw the Slinky Dog, Etch-a-Sketch, and Mr. Potato Head, like the sales for these exploded. Like I'm looking at this and it was said that the Slinky Dog, the company that owned it that was based in Philly, they hadn't been in business since 1985. They actually got back in business because they received 20,000 orders when the movie dropped. If you look right now at a Buzz Lightyear action figure, it's going for at least $250 when we went to Heroes and Fantasies in San Antonio. And so the fact that these Toy Story 1 through 4 has made over $3.2 billion, you have to account into that the actual toy sales. And so having the original Buzz Lightyear voiceover, being able to push that toy line would have been phenomenal. I walked into Walmart a few days ago. It was wall-to-wall Lightyear with no one buying them at all. You're thinking you know how much more money you could have made because the people that originally saw Toy Story are actually old enough now to be able to get in touch with the financial sector of all this. They can actually buy the toy for them and for their children. And to begin how many children you have, that's like 4 or 5 Buzz Lightyears running around. Like they completely screwed this because you're not taking into account, hey, toys, because it's for kids, not pushing an agenda that's for adults. They completely went to the propaganda on this.
It wasn't for adults. It was for children. This was a children's movie. But this is where the grooming comes in.
Right. I understand. I'm saying those discussions are supposed to be for adults.
Right, gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like Chuck E. Cheese method, a kid can be a kid. But I'm just saying that because you did that, because it only made, I think, $50 million compared to the estimated 600 million they needed to make just to break even. The fact that they're going to lose $100 million because you prioritized a kiss over your bottom line. Come on, so you're telling me Lightyear's failing, Doctor Strange 2 just did okay. I don't think anyone's really going to want to watch Thor: Love and Thunder because of how completely emasculating it's making Thor seem. You're starting to see a lot
of people are watching that. That's the thing. We at this point in time, bro, to where a lot of people are waking up but a lot of people are still going to see shit. Nigga, you still want to see a Flash movie?
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, bro. People still want to watch these things. But I'm seeing more of the opposite side as well. The opposite opinion, like, no, I'm not going to support this.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So, and this movie showed that.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just, it's when you think about what is at stake for you financially, you know what I'm saying? And technically, Pixar, Disney is going to be holding the bag for these losses. I'm not sure who's investing in Disney or what that boardroom looks like, who's on the chair of the board or whatever, but at some point it's going to start hitting you in the pocket, especially considering the fact that Top Gun Maverick is topped $1 billion globally.
They have been taking some losses, but according to Drunk 3PO, he follows like the park stuff. Their theme parks are funding a lot of stuff,
subsidizing it. Okay.
As well as theme parks in like other countries. And, this is only their entertainment. But, I just said they fucking own Nat Geo. They own other major fucking ESPN. Like they own, a lot of shit, to where they can take some losses. But I don't think Disney, besides the early Disney, I don't think they've had this many duds like back to back.
Well, on top of that, I'm like, hey, if they get stripped of that protection that they have for those taxes, it's going to eat into profits. And at a certain point, you know what I'm saying? And especially in Florida, once they get that special protections removed and they start having to see how much it's going to cost them in taxes, you're going to see them having to start cutting IPs. I think at a certain point, you're going to wind up going back to late 90s, early 2000s when they had to give the rights to Spider-Man to Sony. And technically that's what saved them from bankruptcy, bro. I'm to verify if it's true or not, because I heard Michael Jackson was going to try to buy the rights to Spider-Man and be in the movie as Peter Parker. So, they better watch themselves, because you take these losses and you get stripped of those special protections for taxes, it's going to be a wrap.
How much are they going? Yeah, it's going to be a major loss. I think it'll be like a rich person going to minimum wage. It's like that would be an adjustment, but Disney started out, like I said, just a mouse, and ain't no telling what other companies it had. So I don't think Disney will completely die. I think we would just see it not have so much reach, or not have his hand on everything like we do now. But I'm not into economics like that. I'm not as smart to know the fucking future with how that will go, but that's what I see. Other people rising up, and Disney not dying but dwindling in size and reach. That's what I see happening. And like I said, bro, I'm buying The Lion King. I'm buying whatever the fuck I can.
I know. And I can do two things. So your comment and with Punk Waddle. So do you think the selling of the IPs again will give someone else a chance to make good stories again? I'm not sure of, because you could wind up having a situation to where Disney winds up having an offshoot company, right? And they sell the IP to that company for like a certain profit for them to actually make their own version of the character or make the movie or whatever. So they wind up I think what's going to happen is they might just wind up passing the same IP back and forth, so it stays in the family without having to be outbid. I don't know if that's actually going to wind up leading to better stories, though. I mean, I'm not sure who's going to be that rich enough to outright buy it outside of Abomination AJ making that money and buying the Lion King IP. But, I mean, that seems like it would be like a short-term stopgap that I think they would employ before having to actually physically sell the IP to a third party.
I think we'll just see a future to where I want to say like everything would just kind of be like you said, passed around. But as long as outside sources have the money to do it, I definitely think Disney, whoever, will gladly be like, all right, sell it to you. We just got to make some money. And so the only way to get great storytelling or great media is for these properties to be in the hands of people that care about them. I'm not saying corporations. I'm not saying company. I'm saying people. So, like I said, for that to happen, people got to start creating and, like kind of build up these universes, whether it be animated, some cartoon universe or some superhero universe. And then you see these characters slowly start to kind of be incorporated into these other properties under whatever legal, terms. But I'm like, that's what I see happening. Like I saw some people posting on like a superhero like group chat thing or something and was saying like, I hope I live to see the time when they make a Marvel versus DC like crossover movie, which I've been saying that's gonna be the ultimate move that they pull out their ass that the normies gonna eat up. Yep. And I'm like, that's what they waiting on. So they just ready for the opportunity when they can start passing these characters around and using them and abusing them however they want. So either we buy them so that we can kind of keep them pure and intact and erase the whole Disney era of these things. Or we get to the point to where I guess creative domain, free domain, or whatever this shit's called, and we just create versions of that. And it's like, yeah, this is a copy of that, but Marvel and DC was doing it, in the beginning. So now I'm about to come in and and trash them with my character that, I'm sure would be more well received. Not just speaking for me, I'm talking about people who are, entering the creative space.
Okay.
Yeah.
For you. Oh, real quick, Mike has bad knees. Hey, I know you gotta run the kids around, but hey, thanks for joining us in the chat today. We appreciate it.
All right, man. Don't blow them knees out. All right. Slow but steady.
All right.
But yeah, Jose, I just saw Jose comment. Lion King was a ripoff of Kimba. So that's what I mean. Okay. So we love the Lion King, but it's a ripoff of something. So you know what? The next person can come rip that off. Now look, I'm gonna do right by them. I'm gonna try to buy it. Okay, I'm gonna try to buy it. That way I can be legit. All right, and be like, okay, now this is still Lion King under the Disney name that's owned by Abomination AJ. All right, but this is the Lion King 20 whatever remake. All right, I'm gonna be specific and I'm gonna let people know this is separate from the original shit that came before. But I'm taking everything over. I'm keeping it the same. I'm just addressing some things that should have been addressed. Seth Alonian, you say it's not a ripoff of Kimba. So look, bro, there might be videos on it. I don't exactly know, but just going based off of Disney taking all the other like fairy tales and properties and turning them into something, I can definitely see the similarities. And if you like create stories or comic books or whatever, you can see how people can take things or elements from another story and put it in theirs, whether on the nose or not. Now you could call it paying homage, you could call it, cheating or whatever. I'm like, it depends on, I guess the person looking at it and how far they go. But, like I said, I'm not mad at them for ripping off of Kimba if that's what they did or took elements from that story, because now the Lion King is its own thing. Okay, it's not just like it cheated and everybody knows and this is what it is. It's like boycott that knockoff. This ain't great value Kimba. This is a fucking amazing story with amazing music that's impacted so many other people.
Right.
And like I said, even in me, like in making people want to create, like when you feel the magic of the Lion King, like for the first time, it's like, damn. I was like, bro, as a kid, I'm like, how do you do this with animals talking and music and colors? This is wild. But that's what art do, man. That's what art do.
Yeah. And I mean, like, if we're doing like back to what's ripping off what, I mean, technically Lion King is Shakespeare's a Hamlet. So
there you
like
go.
I said, when you have established themes that you want to tell and you can use and you want to use animal and the method of cartoons, you can focus on that because you know what the story is, because we know how it's going to turn out. You just have to actually work it into the illustration you want to use.
Right. So Punk Water, that's exactly what I was saying, bro. And since Punk Water here, I appreciate you. I was on their channel. All right, Floral from Under the Rock. All right, and then he has his guest Punk Water. Punk Water, I don't know if you have your own channel, but search these people out. Okay, I don't have mods. I can't drop links and all that. But, tap the person name. All right, just go to their channel. I know when, people say, like, shout this person out on their channel. If you feel like it's work, okay, it might be a little work. But if you got your YouTube red and you can play it in the background or whatever. Anyway, just go sub to people. All right, go check their stuff out. You might go down an avenue that you, might realize that you really like their content. All right, look at Hell the Lord. It says Superman is a ripoff of a couple things, to be fair, but we still love it because of how it was done. Right, bro.
Agreed.
It's now, like I said, there's a difference between straight ripoff and creatively inspired. All right. So I will stand by the Lion King regardless. Lion King 2019 is a ripoff.
Fair.
It was just made by the same company, so you excuse it. But that was a terrible fucking ripoff. Okay, so Punk Water doesn't have a channel, but he's on Floor from Under the Rocks channel. All right, so check that out. Yes, I was on their show. All right, and they're puppet people. We got all types of people in the world. We're inclusive. Okay, representation. We all for it. And we got puppets coming through. Even puppets on this nerd shit, folks.
Exactly.
Talk to them. All right, they regulars, man. Get you some puppet friends.
Holla at us.
All right. Ego, bro. I be going off, man. I'm not even hydrated, as hell the Lord said. All right, and I'm doing all this talking. What you got, man? I'm passing it to you. Talk to the people.
No, man. I completely agree with what you're saying on there. I actually got one thing that I want to talk about, which is DC's very, very, very terrible idea. And we're going to do this like we're in the 4th grade, and we're going to do a little read along as well. Let me do this so I can share the screen here.
All right, so you cool people. I guess we done got on Marvel ass and Disney ass, so yeah. DC need to spank.
Let me do this real quick. Exactly. See, we're equal opportunity, letting y'all know how you're doing on this one. Where is it?
War Monkey, I represent the animal people as well. All right, I speak for the, you know what I'm saying, the animals. The ones can't speak for themselves, son. See, by being a werewolf, I can do that, man. That's one of my powers. I'm telling y'all too much, though. The government will be after me.
All right, hold on. Let me go and work on this real quick, y'all. I am not the most technical literate when it comes to all this savvy stuff, so y'all give me a second. I'm just going to share the entire screen. Hold up. All right. You see it on there?
And there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
No.
Yo, do you see the other screen? Because if not, I'll just send you the link.
Okay, I see it. I guess I got to add it to the stream.
Okay. Is that it?
I mean, go to it. You sharing the whole screen, or you're supposed to just share the tab?
That is fine. So I can find it right here. All right. Right here. You see it on there?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, so here we go. Here it is. This is what it is. It's Black Adam's descendant to replace the dying antihero in a new series by Christopher Priest. Off the rip, you have the movie coming out. You want to actually highlight this character in the comic books, but instead you're going to actually kill him off. Good Jesus.
Is this the same Christopher Priest that took over Black Panther?
I think so. Okay. Because I think it's the British guy. I think it is him. Okay. All right. So Christopher Priest is the new writer of Black Adam, and he explores the question of whether the anti-hero can be redeemed in his series, drawn by Rafa Sandoval. Right. So let's go ahead and keep reading this on. Right. Get to the answer. Priest is taking the man from Kahndaq to the brink of death while introducing his descendant, who will inherit his power and become his replacement. All right. So let me see where there is no forgiveness for Black Adam, says a solicitation for Black Adam #1. This is the reality of Teth Adam, an immortal man of indomitable will, must face when he discovers he has been infected with an incurable plague, destroying his immortality. Okay, so first of all, is this 2014? Are we just going to go ahead and rip off the Wolverine arc where he's dying, like the death of Wolverine? Is that what we're doing right now? You're saying he's an immortal man, but yet he's getting an incurable plague that just so happens to tear at his immortality? What kind of plague is this? Oh my goodness. All right, let me see this. So, but first, an unforeseen snafu entangled them in a bond akin to the dynamic duo and far more volatile. All right. So let me see if I can find out this part where the partner is. I'm going to skip down here so I can show you this, okay? All right, so the partner, and soon to be much more to Black Adam, introduced in the first issue, now on sale, is Malik Adam, who by issue #4, in an early spoiler, will be christened Thunderbolt, or Bolt for short. Abomination, can you throw up that the clip for me?
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
All right, y'all ready? Check this out. Look at this. Look at this.
I knew he was black.
Are you serious right now? Okay, so the first problem I got for this is the fact that they're saying that that he's going by Thunderbolt or Bolt, right? So I checked it out. There's actually a character that was named JJ Thunder, created by DC in 1999 by Grant Morrison, right? Or no, Jeff Johns. I'm sorry, Jeff Johns, right? On top of that, there's already a character named Thunderbolt that was created back in 1966. Both of those are DC properties, or at least Thunderbolt was until 2003, right? So you're already trying to use another character's name. And number one, JJ Thunder was black. Thunderbolt was white. So in a way, we're trying to blackface another character. All right. What else have I got on here? So they're trying to talk about his costume here. Hold on. I'm gonna try if I can find this either.
He dispatched Etrigan. Who was that? Or was that black?
Etrigan is the demon Etrigan. Yeah. So basically, he's gonna wind up trying to be I guess Etrigan's supposed to fight and see if he's actually worthy of it, right? Okay. And so what I'm trying to find is this. Hold on one second. Control F inverted. Hold on. Check this out. All right. So look at this part. The kid appears to be on the right track if the symbolism of his costume is anything to go by. In a cerebral testament to his righteousness, Malik Adam wears a bright white costume that symbolizes the inverse of Teth Adam. So you're telling me this is supposed to be Teth Adam, and what you're showing me as the character's art is this. This is not the inverse of Teth Adam or Black Adam's costume. This is the inverse of Shazam. Because Shazam is red and white. You're saying he's white and red. So you blackface a character that's Thunderbolt, and you're blackfacing his costume as well, and saying, oh no, it's supposed to be an inverse of Black Adam, which is completely false. All right. On top of that, I'm trying to figure out this part with the Teth Adam story that he's trying to go by. So let me see this. Okay, so this is Priest talking about it, right? Malik represents Black Adam's second chance. Black Adam's origin, for those of you who don't know, is that the wizard Shazam chose this slave boy named Aman to receive the Shazam power and to be his champion. Priest explained to comicbook.com, right? And Teth Adam is Amon's uncle. And Adam helped Amon escape slavery. Amon decided he wanted to share the power with his uncle. Why don't we both have the power and we'll be like Batman and Robin? And Teth Adam's like, okay, cool, continued. That's boiling my blood, but I'm going to continue. Tragically, Teth had other ideas. So Shazam says, speak my name and you both shall receive the power. And at the moment that he spoke the Shazam word, Teth Adam reached around and snapped the boy's neck and killed him because he wanted the power to himself. Again, that Teth Adam story, that's the retelling from 2011's New 52. Not even really technically canon. So you're using this within the last 10 years to push this issue. The other fact is the fact that Black Adam has been around since 1945, and he was actually supposed to be a throwaway character. It was supposed to be just like the original. If you've ever seen the Shazam movie, I think Battle of the Gods, where the original Shazam vanquishes Black Adam to space, and it takes him 5,000 years to come back. Then he finds Billy Batson has become the new Shazam and goes after him. That's the original 1945 telling of Black Adam's origin.
No, I have not seen that.
Okay, you gotta check it. It's actually really good. It's animated, pretty cool, right? So the other part is that they're trying to say that this is Kahndaq, right? And if you think about it, Kahndaq is actually in the Sinai Peninsula in Egypt. So, for everyone that's, follows Judeo-Christian values, that's literally where Mount Sinai was, where Moses was given the 10 Commandments. Same region, right? The people that live there are the Bedouin people. And again, you might want to cue up that Kevin Hart. Look at this clip because I can show you exactly what those people look like.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
Look at this. This is what the people that live in that region actually look like. Look at this. The Middle Eastern, straight up. So, and I'll cut out the share screen part now. But we can go back to the regular. You can cut that part out.
I can't.
We go back to the regular stream. All took me less than 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes to find out what people that live in the region actually look like. And to say, hey, they look more Middle Eastern than African, even though technically it might be considered parts of North Africa, right? Mm-hmm. You just chose to put someone black on there, gave them the same hairstyle technically as Miles Morales, stole a name from a white character, and you're now pushing him as the new Black Adam. And again, just because you use something within the last 10 years doesn't even mean it's the right version of the character you're supposed to tell. On top of the fact that you're also using Black Adam's name to actually push a new Black Adam when the movie's right around the corner. You're completely killing your product. I'm sorry, I have talked now, and I'm like, I gotta let you get on this one because it's
good, bro. People, I don't know much about DC. All right, I'm a normie with DC. Like I've read some comics, but these ain't my guys. So
yeah,
I didn't like the Shazam movie. Because from what I do know from the character, what I've seen, that I don't know, that wasn't that character for me. I liked Black Adam. I've seen him. I think I've seen him in some animated movies. I know I've seen the Shazam animated movie, not the one you talking about, but the more recent one. He's a dope character. I like the look of him. I guess he has like the powers of Egyptian gods, and Shazam has like the Greek gods or something. So I'm like, I know normie shit, but I don't know as much as you, bro. So I mean, you can have it. You can keep talking about it. But I feel you. I from what you just said, which is news to me. This is another blackface character where this company has shown that they're not going to put the time, effort, or energy into making a respectable, character that check the boxes that they want to check. Right. Now, I'm not even a big fan of Black Panther. Okay, I know some people might think that's crazy because he's black, so I should love him because black, but I don't. All right, I like animal people, but he was not that. Okay, he channeled like that power. He had a fucking suit, and he was a king. I just like Sabretooth or like the Hulk. I like that beast that be like, I'm gonna handle my shit and go do my own thing. Anyway, so Black Panther was like not a favorite character of mine. But bro, I appreciate your knowledge. You letting me know this is another disrespectful ass character. Yeah, and that's why this is important that when we do connect with people that know a lot about all these other things, because you can bring this type of stuff to people's attention. Yeah. But yeah, now I mean, just looking at dude, shit, it's the same thing with Miles Morales and Spider-Man. Now we just got Black Shazam.
Well, on top of that, it's like at the rate they're going, you're gonna have bisexual, or no, I think he's gay, whatever. Bisexual Jonathan Kent being Superman. You're going to have Malik be the new Shazam. You're going to have, I think, Earth 6, whatever, Flash. You're going to wind up having your all different Avengers, but as the new Justice League. And when they did that, it didn't work. So it's just, I can see where it's going, and it's ridiculous. So like for me again, DC is standing for dead comics with every issue they're putting out with this nonsense.
Did I say this on the last stream? But how I was talking about the Black Adam movie. So I mean, it would make sense that they pushing this fucking character because that's the thing. They working in tandem. They all on the same woke page or agenda. All right, we're gonna put this character out in this comic book, and it's validating, or it's just like setting the stages for him to appear in this world. And you have The Rock, which a lot of people love The Rock. I love The Rock, the character that he plays, but he's an actual human. And he's in the new Black Adam movie. So like that's why I said like the timing, because the movie coming out and now this comic.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're intentionally killing off the character to promote a new one. But what usually happens with normies is normies see the movie, then get into the comic. Do you know how confused they're gonna be when they pick up Black Adam and like he's dead?
That's not most normies. That's a respectable normie. A respectable normie will watch the movie and be like, okay, I want to know more. Let me go read the comic.
I know,
most normies.
I will say the
most normies just watch shit and they say I'm an expert because I saw the movie. That's most
All right,
normies.
I will go for the normie that tries to get into comics because they saw the movie. I'm going. Marvel's Phase One normies that went to get the comic that launched around the same time the movie did.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going off of that knowledge. That
Okay.
person is going to be confused when they pick up a comic and be like, "Yo, he's dead already. Why am I reading this trash?" And the further back you're going to have to go to find those issues for Black Adam, the more expensive they're going to be. So you're going to feel priced out and alienated already. People that already know what's up are going to be like, it's going to be trash anyway. Don't
Yeah.
watch it. The Rock didn't do anything to have an accent. There's no pointy ears. He doesn't have any hair. Like, I'm going to have a hard time even wanting to go see this movie because all I know is it's The Rock being The Rock. That's because he's The Rock almost in every movie.
But yeah, my point, what I was saying was, do we remember when Joe Rogan came out and like said nigga or something, okay, or the world was coming at him for that, and The Rock didn't stand by his friend, his homie, and he was like, "Oh, thank you, people, for educating me. I didn't know Joe Rogan was this piece of shit, basically, that's saying words like this, and I would never associate myself with something like that." And so he said the right things, came out with his little apology, somewhat, and here he is, Black Adam. So same with Chris Evans. These people say the right things, or let mainstream media, let Hollywood, let the powers that be know, hey, I'm in line. I'm saying the same stuff that y'all say. Pick me. The Rock was already, but The Rock looks like a perfect Black Adam to me. You take the movie guys, the movie people, put the pointy ears on them, give them the fucking Vegeta hairline. He already got the body. Like, he got the skin tone. He looked like a Black Adam. But again, Chris Evans, once you see that the actual people are not the characters that they play, then you like, oh, okay, well, this
separated.
You taking me out of the experience or believing you as this person, and I don't even think you deserve it.
I got you, but we talked about this a few days ago, and I'll try to have once my own channel is up, and I'll do more of the political side of things. But I really think The Rock may try to position himself to run for president someday. He's got the squeaky clean image. His ex-wife runs $7 Productions, so you can't say anything about his ex-wife not being in with the family money. His daughter's trying to be a fourth-generation wrestler right now. He's married with 3 kids. He's done everything in entertainment that we thought he would be capable of doing. And I don't think since the time of Reagan, there hasn't been anyone that's been in entertainment that's wanted to run for president that has a legitimate shot. And, besides, who doesn't want a 6'4" president named The Rock? Like, President Rock sounds awesome. Not going to lie. Like, you send him as your emissary for your nation, you might want to talk a little junk too. Like, hey, don't play with us. We're going to have The Rock on you. Don't play. So I think he's mainly positioning himself to do everything and say everything politically that works for him, so that if he does run, that he's almost going to pretty much run, maybe not necessarily unopposed, but the nomination would be his if he went for it.
So I just paid attention to when I said Barack Obama was narrating the project, it was actually it's on Netflix. So it's on Netflix. I thought it was Disney, but it's actually on Netflix. But nonetheless, I'm seeing, and I think Hillary Clinton was on like some talk show or some shit. That's where she was talking to trash about Clarence. Was it Tom? The Supreme Court justice. But they liberals, they're being involved in media. We're already seeing that ideology, that group control culture on this scale. Now I'm seeing more democratic people. I'm not with the political speak, but she tried to be president. Barack actually was a president, but you see them more involved in media, okay, and actually putting their faces out, sort of like how Ripple was saying how AOC would get on
Twitch
streams with Twitch streamers and shit. It's like these people know that they're dumb or that the things that they're doing are not good for society. I'm gonna say that, but they try to show themselves or present themselves as I'm down for the people. I'm fighting for the people. I'm with the people. I know what the people want. So we seeing more of that. Our Christian values, foundational values, what they call conservative values or whatever, that's just being attacked, and it's not becoming the norm.
Yeah. And I don't want to put a plug for anybody, but I think that's why you've got so many subscribers that are going to start, that have been going up to the Daily Wire. It doesn't necessarily have to be political. We don't mind if you have liberals in the space of entertainment and education. It's the fact that once you start pushing your political views on other people, then people have the right to outright reject it. So I love what the Daily Wire has been doing, because they've got about 980,000 subscribers, and if you assume they're just paying $12 a month for that, they're making $10.6 million a month. So they've got enough money to go into the entertainment industry, make decent movies without a political agenda. And I think that's going to have to be the way that you're going to have a not necessarily to end the culture war, but it's going to be how you contribute to the culture war on your side. What Young Ripper says all the time is parallel economy. And I think the Daily Wire has a good start to that, and we need to start seeing more of that. More creatives in the creative space that just want to tell a story. No agendas, no backhanded compliments, nothing, like just a decent story or decent entertainment. And that's pretty much all that we're asking for.
So the reason I think is agenda, I think there are some social ramifications to all of this, that there's a goal in mind for the powers that be, is because you say that it's so simple. The work is already done for them. The stories have been told, the groundwork, the foundation has been done. A lot of people will outright come out and say we didn't pay attention to canon, or this is separate because we didn't want the restrictions, the constraints, of the rules that came before, but you took on the property. So why why you not respecting the rules? But the work is already done where they could be making easy bank. But they instead choose to push the agenda to, on the surface, appeal to a group, but they really appealing to groups that hold ideologies that don't align with societal norms, I guess. Maybe there's a better way to say what I'm saying, but y'all get what I mean. So that's why it's weird, and I say it's good to have people across who are paying attention to these moves and all of these fandoms. So for Lightyear, for instance, if you look at that movie, it didn't look like a kid's movie to me.
No,
because it didn't even look like a kid's movie.
No, not at all.
Because everybody's made this kind of point already, but Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, the show showed that actual world of Buzz Lightyear being the superhero, the actual person, the actual space ranger, and all of the aliens that was on their squad. So it looked like Star Wars. Star Wars is made up of humans as well as aliens. They're all Jedis, all these main guys that we looking at. But you all know this whole world's connected. Lightyear was that, and I can't see a better way to teach people or show people not to be racist than by having that galaxy expanded like that and having those aliens from the show. But instead, they chose to specifically have Buzz Lightyear surrounded by brown people. So this Agent Hawthorne, or Commander Hawthorne, her granddaughter, Taika Waititi's character, the old lady that was I'm doing this shit to take some time off of my sentence or whatever. Again, I didn't see the movie, but they chose to go that route. Kids don't want a bunch of minorities in suits as toys, but I'm not saying they don't want a minority character, but they just don't want that. That's why, if this is the movie that Andy saw, Andy didn't want that shit. Okay, he was like, I'm gonna take Buzz Lightyear out of that movie.
I'm done playing with you.
I'm gonna take Buzz Lightyear out, and I'm gonna put him with Miss Potato Head, with Woody, with Ham, with Rex. I'm putting with all these other cool characters. But easy money. If you would have included aliens in that movie and not been so agenda driven, they would have got a booster character, the big red dude in the suit. They would have got an XR. They would have got a Mirror. You know what I'm saying? The blue girl character. And again, mainstream media is all on the same page. So Lightyear would have capitalized off the success of Top Gun, because we got the hero, the white guy riding in the ship, handling shit. Okay, as well as Guardians of the Galaxy. So Guardians of the Galaxy, they brought a lot of attention their way with the movies, and then they appearing in Thor: Love and Thunder. So you could have capitalized off of all of that, okay, and as well as bringing in the aliens. Like I said, with Guardians of the Galaxy, you bringing in the aliens to their world as these characters that we love. Fucking Gamora, okay, people love Gamora. All right, she was a black girl under some green skin, but she was Gamora. Could have took that same approach with Mira. All right, and then like I said, the other characters, but they would have sold so much merchandise
Oh
off
yeah,
of these cool characters,
yeah.
and they know how to do it. They know how to get to the children.
Not
Look at
hard.
you. They got the rainbows and the bunnies everywhere in they in their agenda. Okay, in their paraphernalia, gay paraphernalia or alphabet community. You know what I'm saying? So like they know how to do it. So it just makes me really wonder, why do they make some of these so deliberate decisions that are blatantly disrespectful and just like dumb? It's like they're dumb. Like, sure, you can take a project and fuck it up in a way. You know, some people don't like the Lord of the Rings movies, or definitely don't like the Hobbits movies, but they love the books. It's like you can take something and fuck it up, but people still love it. Ain't nobody want this shit. Don't nobody want this, but they said we'll lay that egg. Fuck
Yeah,
it. You know what I'm saying? For the
yeah,
agenda. That's the weird part to me.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. If you highlight Hail the Lord for a second on here for his
Which one?
comment
This
about
last comment?
yeah, because he's on the nose. I saw Reacher. That was amazing. And once I figured out that that was the real version of the Reacher they were trying to make instead of what they made Tom Cruise, I was like, you know what? You got writers that care, that cast based on the book description of him, who's supposed to be 6'4", 250, a monster of a man or a mountain of a man. And the way he gets out of situations, you would have to be that big and that strong to get out of them. So, I mean, yeah, bro, if you haven't seen Reacher, it's amazing.
But check this out. So, Hail the Lord. Now, you probably just typed this. I don't know what you really mean, but you said the good writers are given stuff mainstream doesn't know nothing about. I don't think you can give a person something because to give it, they have to like take it. So I'm like, are people who care about these things great writers? Are they actually seeking these things out? Now I can understand them being turned away, you know, sort of like Tim Allen turned away because, oh, you're not down with the agenda. We'll go get somebody else. I see that, but it's like, okay, like a Gina Carano, for instance. How many people that are actually fighting for the cause, fighting for truth, actively seeking out these projects and being turned away? Because I think if enough of that happened, people would be saying stuff.
I would say this, like usually you pitch these things to different companies. So right, what happens is
Right?
you'll have a writer, you'll have a producer, you'll have an executive producer, you get that team together. So a production company that's separate from, I think, Prime Video, they put it all together. They film maybe a pilot episode and they pitch it. Like they pitch to Prime Video, they pitch to Netflix, pitch it to Hulu. And basically you wind up getting feedback from these companies and they'll say, well, hey, I want you to switch out this, and this. And you're like, well, that's not really a story. Or some will say, hey, all I want you to do is tweak this story or this character. And based on who gets the positive results, you get picked up. So it's not like you have Prime Video, they not produce it from them. They'll say, well, hey, pitch us an idea, pitch us a pilot episode, and we'll see what happens. And if they really like it or think that it has legs, then they'll pick it up and say, okay, we're going to give you enough funding to create your first season. And the fact that these Reacher books have like, I think there's like 3 dozen of them. And the thing is, the first season was only 1 book, and there are over 30 books you can pull from. So the fact that it already has a built-in lore, a built-in fan base, it has decent casting, great writing, and Prime Video happened to pick it up, like that's how that winds up happening. It's total opposite when you find out Netflix is putting something out or Prime Video themselves is putting it out. Then you're beholden to them, and it doesn't really turn out the way you want it. That's how you get a lot of bait and switch going on.
Okay, so but you just said Prime Video, like what houses that distributes?
You said
that?
what?
But you saying Prime, Amazon Prime? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
They still hold rights to like what
Prime Video.
distribution of
Yeah.
research
So
for
basically,
showing it.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
so they still have some type of hold
influence.
over
Yes.
influence
Right.
over that.
Right.
So okay, again, you say that, but now I'm not saying these people are rich just because they worked on projects, but I'm like, do these people not have enough funding? Or sort of like Dave Chappelle.
Typically they don't.
But what about like Dave Chappelle, how he was saying how no companies will work with him, so he was like, I'm gonna put the money up to do his own like special or tour or some shit after, you know, they tried to cancel him.
Right. But the
So
thing
I'm
is,
like-
like that's after Chappelle show money though. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the
Okay.
money then, but a lot of these writers and producers, they only have like a set budget and they need funding to actually push it forward.
Okay,
And
so I think
What?
the question to ask is, how do we make that happen? I'm broke. I don't have any money, but I'm just saying, people that are actually working on these things, I'm sure they have money stored, you know what I'm saying, investments or some shit, savings or whatnot. Like their name is constantly being presented or thrown around enough where they have work to where I would think that they would have some type of capital to put towards a project that person and others can kind of link up to make some things happen.
And
how does the parallel economy happen?
Daily Wire is the best example that I can give you of that.
I don't know they start.
Basically, it was more like politics. So like your Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, Candace Owens, like all of them are on Daily Wire, and it was mainly focused on politics, right?
Mm-hmm.
They built up a base based on politics, mainly conservative with some libertarian leanings. And so the thing is, they built up enough of a following so that when someone that was as big as Gina Carano got canceled, they say, you know what, we have the capital, we have the you have the fan base. They both like what we're doing. Let's make our own with the money that we currently have. To do that, you're going to have to. That's going to take some time because you're going to have to build a following, build a growing, and then you're going to have to wind up linking up with people that are going to be like-minded, that are going to wind up funding it. Do you know what I mean? Like with Daily Wire, the money that people are giving them through the subscriptions is helping fund all the documentaries, all the movies, and all the projects that they have going forward.
So with that, my question is, how do you start the culture war? Because I feel like, okay, then once you see that there's, you know, two powers or two ideologies going at one another, like I said, how do you start that? Because in this article that we're going to reference, or the hit piece on Geeks and Gamers and, you know, the rest of them, they admit that there's a culture war, and the fandom menace is winning. So how... And I guess it's kind of happening this way. It's just slow, but again, we're starting to see a change. Because like I said, a lot of people were saying, no, this is not my Buzz Lightyear. No, Disney, I'm not with your agenda. Gina Carano left, and you see how they've been received by the Daily Wire. Tim Allen, although he's still working on Santa Claus, he was aware enough to say, their project is not nothing I need to be working on. And then Gina Carano, but then this guy, I think Matthew Marsden was his name. I'm not big into like, you know, actors and whatnot, but right. I know he's an actor that was hanging out with the Geeks and Gamers. So like I know he went to their panel and they had like conversations with him. So, and he's an actor for like mainstream shit. So it's like, how do more people be aware of that, and what influences them, or, you know, how they put their money together to make this shit happen? That's basically what I'm saying. Okay, how we win the culture war.
So I would say it takes a lot of people, like kind of like what we're doing, putting themselves out there, saying, hey, you're not alone with this. Like, there is an agenda. You're not crazy. You know, I found out about, I'm trying to figure out how I even found about Ben Shapiro. I think he was on CNN. Like CNN, he was on CNN. He was debating with some of the people. And you're like, wow, they put this person on. I want to know more about that person.
Yeah, so I was seeing those roast videos where they were like, Ben Shapiro destroys this person.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so the thing is, even though YouTube has its own left-leaning policies, it will show you suggestions based on what you've been watching. And so you wind up kind of going down the rabbit hole at that point. The first thing is, it necessarily at the point where we are now, when you start mentioning people in the fandom menace, it winds up being the Streisand effect. The minute you say how awful and right wing and how alt-right and terrible these people are, you're going to paradoxically make them look for them. And the minute you see them making this arc about the fandom menace, the people that they mention, you're going to start looking at people like, look, show me this racist person that, well, that's not, you took what he said out of context. Well, what else did he say that you've taken out of context? Or
and then you like, oh, that's all he said. Oh,
right.
Okay.
Right. And then you're like, okay. And then you're saying, okay, well, he must have some kind of alt-right link, right? So let me look and see what his colleague's saying. And then what his colleague's saying is like, oh wait, you said he's a white supremacist, but he's got a black woman on his show. How is he a white? And then you start looking into Candace Owens, you get into your Brandon Tatum, Anthony Bryan Logan, you start watching documentaries like Uncle Tom, and you see you're saying, well, hey, at first you mischaracterized them, and now it looks like you're slandering them and you're outright lying on them. So if you're lying about that, what else are you lying about? And you see people slowly kind of walk away from these left-leaning and progressive mainstream versions of media in favor of guys like a Tim Pool, a Steven Crowder, a Ben Shapiro. The list can go on when they're giving you what you're asking for, and not necessarily using it as a confirmation bias, but saying, well, hey, what is the rebuttal to what I'm hearing in CNN, MSNBC, and the like?
So you kind of mentioned that, and same mentality I think of Twitter weirdos.
Yeah.
But this one guy when responded to the hit piece, which we'll get into. I guess that's the next topic, people. But was talking about that or responded and said that I guess because I'm a defend those dudes, and was saying like, how can you be associated with them and they're racist and all this type of shit? And I was like, no, we just share the same opinions. So if they white supremacists because of their opinions, then
exactly,
what am I? What's your thing for me? And he said he tried to quote he, she, they, them, whatever he identified as. He had a masculine jaw, so he had said what he said was, and I don't even remember exactly. Oh, no. So in reference to Ryan Kendall's Batman whole situation, and he said, so he was typing, he was like, Ryan Kendall said there's too many good black people, and he quoted, I didn't like that. So he knew not to quote too many black people because he know that's not what Ryan actually said, but he quoted the I didn't like that part. So I responded and I was like, you know what you doing because you was aware. And that way you cover your ass, because when a person says you said something, you can be like, no, I didn't. I didn't quote that. I said That's what he said, but I didn't quote it. I didn't say that was exactly. So it's like they cover their ass, they throw rocks and hide their hand, because later he gonna be like, he said I reported you for like a slur or some shit. But it's like they, after you called them out or called them for the pieces of shit that they are, then they play a victim. And then they're like, whoa, you going after me, but you going too hard. I'm not used to this type of aggression. It's like, nah, you just came at me. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't know that I'm prepared for this, and this is how regular people interact. I'm ready for your dumb shit. Yeah, but once I go at you, now you want to run and be like, oh, I'm going to report you, or I want to take your channel. All this type of shit. So these people, and that's evil. That's why I say evil is going to evil. They're aware of what they doing. Okay, and they trying to be smart about it, but they so dumb it don't always work out. But yeah, people. So that's what's up. So let's go into this article. Okay,
right, so just give me 1 second. I got that for 1 second, but yeah, keep on reading the article. Go ahead.
All right, so people. So to let y'all know, okay, hit piece came out, Geeks and Gamers. All right, now the reason I'm bringing this up, bringing attention to it, because, hey, people is in our chat. All right, people are paying attention, but we pretty much follow the same guy, so I'm preaching to the choir right now, okay? We know we pieces of shit, but for good reason, and we love each other for it. That's why we got 9 of you out there right now listening to us. We appreciate y'all. You know what? Instead of going into it, let me just go on and address the chat. Let me do that. Punk Waddle, I've been seeing you. You've been having some points. You said Prime is making stories for a lot of different fandoms and interests. I did like the Ex Machina animated show. I didn't watch it. But okay, so I tried to get into the Invincible. Y'all might have seen my tweet about wanting to get into Invincible, but then Ego tells me that there's a bunch of woke nonsense in that fucks up the story, the actual story. So then I'm like, how much are they really caring or respecting? Do I want to pay attention? The same way with the Rings of Power thing. I'm not even into the Lord of the Rings, but I wanted to. My wife is. And so as we trying to watch the movies, and I'm on 2, and then they announce Rings of Power. And I'm just seeing how they're about to fuck that series and fuck everything that came before. So I was like, damn, bro, I don't even want to get invested in this because y'all showing me that it amounts to nothing. You showing me that you don't care, so you just about to take it and fuck it over. Well, goddamn, you got me with Star Wars. I'm not doing this one. Not another fandom. I would not be a pawn. All right. I see y'all all saying hail to everybody. All right. Hey, guys, what's going on? The memes of destruction. What up, memes? And your blue eyes white tone dragon. I loved it, bro. I loved it. He was on the stream with Floral Under the Rock. War Monkey. Yeah, I know earlier you was like representing for the animals. I gotta represent for the animals, bro. Hell, everybody just saying what's up, what's up. Legalize dueling.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Man. Hey, I feel you, bro. In Pokemon, they go at it. oh, you got an issue? Throw out the Pokeballs, cuz, let's go. So I'm just saying, like, I feel you with the dueling cards. Like, throw them cards down, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Put your money where, well, not your money, but anyway, I agree. All right, so y'all talking to each other about dueling right now. Okay, what you say about the memes? The article infers malice and racism. Aside from assuming the worst, it seems to have a point. Just saying. Aside from assuming the worst, it seems to have a point. Just saying. I remember the point was they were saying that the guys didn't do, they weren't terrible, but what they stand for is fighting against what they stand for. Okay, Punk Water, you said don't let what Amazon is doing ruin the Lord of the Rings. It's not Tolkien. What Tolkien made and what Peter Jackson did was a good thing in inspiring interpretation. I feel you, and that was my example. That was a good. The Lord of the Rings and Hobbit was good adaptations. Okay, that didn't disrespect, or as far as I know, didn't outright disrespect the source material. So with those, we let them slide. As well as I like Piplup because it's a penguin Pokemon. I like Piplup. And Poleon's a fucking steel water beast. I feel like design could have had some improvement, but you know, whatever. I still like him and Fernape and Torterra. But that's Pokemon talk. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I guess we're disrespecting things that came before, and before we get into the hit piece, I'm all over the place, people. But Star Wars, when it the Clone Wars, I don't know if you've seen it, but Ahsoka Tano is a character that shouldn't be there. But the fans loved her. All right. She should have died in Rebels, which she didn't. And because the Force is female, she's an integral part of Disney Star Wars going forward. And I kind of equated her to Harley Quinn from the Batman animated series. Not a canon character, but was so liked by the fans that she became, you know, a part of it. But again, didn't disrespect what came before. We only adding to it.
Bro, I was gonna say, as an aside, you hear they're trying to kill off Harley Quinn now?
Nah, I didn't know that.
Bruh.
They got all the gay juices out of her. They got all the gay juices out of her and poison ivy.
for another time. Well, nah, bro, because I think they're trying to push Punchline. But I need to verify it. But that's what I've been hearing. That'll be for another stream. That, and I'm not gonna lie, I saw an anime that was the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen. And when I tell you about it, like I would have you watch it. It's only 6 episodes because it's infuriating. I want you to actually have an idea on this. I'll tell you about it next stream. We'll put that on for the next one. But yes, anyway, go ahead.
But so yeah, this came across my mind with the I want to say, was it Reva? Again, arguing with somebody, but Reva was a character that was pushed in there, and that shouldn't be, conflicts with canon. But if she was written well, if the show was written well, I think people would have let it slide like they did Ahsoka, like they did Harley Quinn. But because she wasn't, and she was only there to push an agenda, all right, folks was like, no, fuck that. Fuck her, fuck the rest of the show, fuck all of this. You don't care. Right. But that's, I don't know. I forgot the fucking point I was making with that.
Trying to get the article, but yeah.
Was it exactly the article? It wasn't exactly the article, but I guess I'm really just talking about adapting things or creating things, adding things. You can even, equate that to Miles Morales. True. Although these characters weren't here before, if you write them in well enough and handle them well, the fandom will let you slide. But when you just say, fuck everything, I'm going to change it so that my new character can come in and work, then it's like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
But the people, to segue into the article, the people who have been calling this shit out, okay, and telling these companies, we don't want your politics, we want great entertainment. Okay, to those people, an article, a hit piece has came out against them, slandering their name. Why? Doing what I said, what they say before. They know the truth hurts because the truth is real and most people identify with it. They agree with us. So they will slander us and call us all type of things so that our opinions are not valid. Our critiques are not valid. They're coming from a place of hatred and vitriol. I've heard somebody use that. I think I used it in the right context. So
you did, sir. You didn't.
I'm an animal. I'm not aware of all these words you humans use. I'm adapting. Okay. I got 29 years on this earth of learning from y'all. But one of these garbage people that want to signal to everybody and call out the toxic white man salon, which makes sense. Angry, bitter bitch. Gossiping. Not all salons. Mrs. Neurotic was fucking amazing. She was a great person, and she owns a salon.
Right.
But I'm just saying the type of energies that can be in there. Okay, and this is one of these people displaying that bitch energy. She says, let's all stop ignoring the fandom menace. It's real and it's winning. Oh my goodness. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear that us bitching from our garages, which I'm not part of the fandom menace. You know, these guys, we standing on the backs of giants. These dudes did it, okay? And they done paved the way for us. But it's nice to know that they acknowledge, and this is why I kind of asked you about the culture war. Okay, how do we get the people that can actually do something about it with the money to fund projects that we trying to help them create and write that respects the things that came before? How do we bring it to their attention? Well, it's happening. It's happening.
Streisand effect is a big pusher of that. Like basically by saying how I'm pretty sure the typical reader doesn't even know who these people are, but the fact that you're saying how terrible they are, some people want to see the train wreck, you know what I mean? Some people want to see the hooded monster. And so when you make them out to be these monsters, you wind up going to look for them, and then you wind up being a fan of them. So it's the one thing I don't think that progressives and liberals understand, is that sometimes we're only as big because of you. Like, you put us out there, and now more people are looking at us. That's literally the Streisand effect. Okay. You know, people will, if you hate someone or if you love someone, people can be okay with that because you feel something towards them in some aspect. What people will not tolerate is that you nothing them. Okay. I have no feelings for you whatsoever. Moving on, we're not even talking about you. You're not even part of the discussion. Well, then you fade into obscurity. But the way that they're doing this by highlighting these terrible alt-right people only is going to make more fans of the people that you say that you're telling us to hate. So I think that's an integral part of the culture war, is the Streisand effect.
Yeah, bro. I guess that sounds like a zoo to me. Like, you say these wild animals can do this and do that. Well, it makes people want to go to the zoo and see them. And then they get to the glass, like, animal launch at the glass. I'm like, ooh. Like, I got a little rush. I almost got attacked, but I'm protected by glass. I'm protected by this glass screen. So that's what they're doing. They want to feel that. They want to see what's going on. What's all the buzz about? Right. And to be honest, yes, they are adding more fuel to the flames because, like we all said, that this is how we discovered these people, because we was hearing things that we didn't agree with in our personal lives. So we sought out the internet and other opinions that we was like, okay, they saying the right things. They saying what I feel. Let me listen to more of that instead of what's being fed to me over here. But all right, back to that article, people. Unless you wanted to jump in, you had something to say about that.
Go ahead, read on, bro.
All right, to this article. Again, y'all have already seen this. We are all part of the same, group, clique for the most part. But one of the first highly public instances of Miss Marvel trolling happened. Okay, so they're talking about, who is this? Stephen Colbert? So he made a little joke, and then this lady was like, "Oh, but he was just joking." And then he was talking about how the original Miss Marvel, the one I said I like, which we should have kept her, big chest and all, the sash with the legs out. Okay, we wouldn't even have the Miss Marvel show or issue that we having right now, because she can't look up to Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel was a man and he wasn't there. Okay, she looks up to Miss Marvel. So she should be Marvel-less. That's what her name should be. Okay, so since this rant was brought to us by the Colbert Report, Colbert's hollowed satire of right-wing talk shows in which he parodied Bill O'Reilly and other Fox News winbacks, the audience understood it to be a bit. So there's like, this dude is joking. We all know that. But nearly a decade later, another group of self-important white guys are railing against Kamala Khan's right to exist in the Marvel Universe, which these dudes don't make videos about that. Actually, Ripper talks more about why she's a garbage character and don't belong more than anybody, but not specifically her, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. Right. But the white supremacist guys are not the ones attacking it. It's the black man. The difference is they're not joking, even if some of them insist that they are. We don't insist that they're joking. They don't insist that they're joking. They're serious about their critiques, their comments. We believe all of this shit, and that's why we gravitate to them, because they're telling truth. And that's what we want to hear. They're saying the same things we're saying. The actors are as varied as their motivations. You see, some engage in review bombing, as they did to Disney Plus's Miss Marvel, hours after its debut, because it's an easy way to kick what they see as the social justice warrior hornet's nest. Now I stumbled a little bit because she said the actors are as varied as their motivations, which I was like, are you talking about the show right now?
Right.
But she's talking about the content creators and saying those actors are varied. So to call them actors, you're saying they're shillers for these companies? Because as Jeremy pointed out in his video, the guys who are actually shilling are talking about, oh, it's such a chore. Oh, Daddy Marvel didn't give me this. Daddy Disney didn't give me this. I did this. I was a good little shield. I was a good little boy. I had my soy bottle. And I got my goodness in me before I took on the day as a Marvel fan, as a Disney fan, as a Star Wars fan. These dudes are not doing none of that. They doing what I'm doing. Or I'm doing what I'm doing because I've seen them do it and they paved the way. We doing it because we see them doing it. It's like, no, we're not shilling for anybody. We're not saying the right things for anybody. We're saying what we feel, and it just so happened to rub you people the wrong way. That's not an us issue. But others camp out in the Facebook groups that have been recycled to manufacture the illusion of inflated offense for their own entertainment. Obi-Wan Kenobi star Moses Ingram was their most recent target. They didn't say anything about her. Shit, I made a video about her, though. And her harassment and Disney's response, including a video post from Ewan McGregor that defended her, was widely reported. So they said this white man fought on behalf of us. We got to give him that praise, that notice. Not long before Ingram made her Obi-Wan debut as Inquisitor Reva Sevander, bigots piled on to newcomer Leah Jeffries when Disney announced she'd been cast as the new Annabeth Chase in the upcoming Disney adaptation of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I know what they're talking about, but I'm not a big Percy Jackson fan, but that girl black now. That girl black now, basically.
That's all they say. She black now.
She black now. All of this is either directly or tangentially decentralized web referred to as the Fandom Menace. Here we go. Now we're talking about the hate group. As the name, as a group of extremely online comic book and Star Wars zealots that coalesced around and shared dislike for Rian Johnson's Lucasfilm sequel, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Star Wars zealots. That's crazy. 6, 7, 8. Now, the reason that's funny is because for these people, they say a group of extremely online comic book Star Wars zealots means they serious about what it is that they believe in, about these fandoms. They're knowledgeable, and it's sort of a religion. I'm not going to go and say that.
That's kind of by definition of a zealot, though.
Right, so that's why I say that, but this is how this person is trying to make them. But for them to be that, they would have to know. They would have to be knowledgeable about what it is that they're talking about. So that means their critiques are valid when they say this shouldn't be like this. This character can't be here because of this.
Right. They're knowledgeable and have a strong belief in what they're presenting. Like you're actually complimenting them, if anything.
All right, so I just took a break from the article, but I'm reading the comments and hey guys, first time watching you guys, Sheikh Zula, the Mike Ruler, the old schooler. My God, what's up, Sheikh? Back when media was fucking great. All right, I don't watch Adult Swim right now. I don't have cable. But anyway. So yeah, bro, that's these people are saying things and it's like, okay, when you can't make a person a villain, when you actually don't have the proof, you just say shit. And unfortunately, the only things that she has to say is the truth, which makes them look good. It's like these dudes know what they talking about, and they speaking out against this bullshit, and we not winning because they fighting against our agenda. Yeah. They fighting against the very thing that we trying to stand for. That's the issue.
Well, not even that. It's just not only that. I'm sorry, not just that. Not only that, the fact that when you're writing these articles, journalistic integrity says I'm going to reach out to you for comment, right?
Okay, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say I'm not sure if she even asked for their comment, and if this is the way that you feel, if someone is that hateful, wouldn't you want to know why? I mean, in good faith. Like, hey,
Yeah.
why do you call yourself the Phantom Menace? Like, what's that about? Journalism is about getting down to the nitty gritty, finding out the information. It's not up for the journalist at the outset to decide the end result. It's saying, hey, have you heard about this thing about the Phantom Menace? It's by these guys, and I've heard that they've been called this and this, so I've reached out to them. I jumped into their live stream. I offered them to come by so we can actually do a web chat. I wanted to make it completely unedited, and I want to get their thoughts. What are your motivations? Why do you call it the Phantom Menace? Is it true what they're saying? There doesn't seem to be any of this. It's just someone writing, like you said, a hit piece on someone because they have comments about a character that they shouldn't really have any emotional attachment to, but the shills do. And so an attack on Reva or an attack on anyone that liked the Last Jedi is some kind of bigot or zealot because it made me feel that they're a bigot or zealot so that's what they have to be. It's a really weird concept. You know what I mean?
That reminded me of that interview that what was that, GQ? I think it was that Jordan Peterson had with what's her name, Kathy Newman or some shit. That name popped in my head, but
probably.
But that interview that he had where she wanted him to be this villain, so she asked those questions as
so
if
you're
he
saying,
was that villain. Yeah.
This So You're Saying video, yeah.
And so, but you were saying like the journalist is supposed to actually reach out. He made her look stupid, and she had a goal in mind, but they were at least there to have that conversation.
Right.
So these dudes are not even there to speak for themselves. This person is just throwing the rock and hiding a hand. She ain't really hiding a hand, but the same with this internet shit. It's like, I'm going to say whatever crazy shit I can say about them and try to paint them as something, or hope that I'm going to be specific with my wording, but I'm going to hope I invoke this emotional response in the audience and I get them to feel this way about these guys. So that, but then when they respond to me, then I can be like, hold on, again, this aggression is too much. You guys are, yeah, what is this? What is this? This hurts. You hurt my feelings. And then they want to go and snitch and be like, do something about these people. But it's like you did it before. You just weren't really effective. That's your fault.
Exactly.
All right. So, hold on. That was... All right. So that was the article pretty much, people. They're going to keep on just, talking about how these guys are this Gamergate. These was all the times before I even really started following them. But anyway, like I said, if the Phantom Menace is just some dudes being knowledgeable and calling some shit out, woke nonsense, then fuck it. Yeah, I'll be Phantom Menace too. Yeah. whatever these folks to roll away. And that's a really good point. Calling the Menace a group of zealots when they are asking about the message, it's a lot of projection. Yeah, bro. These people care so much about their ideology. We simply care about the products that y'all using to push them. Shake, it really comes down to that people listen to these guys. They have good points. And media like Salon Magazine, no one listens. And I guess you're saying they mad. But yeah, bro, they mad. Yeah. They mad because they jealous. They jealous. Mad. I'm in here sweating in my fucking garage, and yeah, it's only 8 people, 9 people, 10. You know what I'm saying? But it's like y'all resonate with it. This video's gonna be here. Y'all gonna come back, and y'all might be like, I like what these guys saying. Other people would be like, they trash. But just stay off the channel. Don't tell me, you a bigot. You don't have the right to speak. Just stay off my goddamn channel. You ain't gonna have no problems. Don't listen to me. And ego. But look, y'all, we had 2 hours. We tried to do an hour 45 minutes. We could go for longer. You know what? Let me know if y'all want me to do some other streams, because this is the Heroes No Capes podcast that me and Ego do. But I do want to talk more to the people and have more personal, time conversations with people. And Ego, you can jump on those if you got time as well. But we want to do that. So, again, people, we enjoy y'all being here. But let us know. We ending it, okay? This is my little outro. We closing out.
If you're looking for us on Instagram or Twitter, too, we got it right here. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. So, yeah, man, a lot of y'all saying that. And people have already covered it, so we don't want to stay on it too long. Because, like I said, we beating a dead horse or preaching to the choir. But I did want it to, just to speak on it for anybody that comes through and didn't know what was going on. But these are some great guys. Y'all are great guys. I'm proud to be associated with all of y'all. I'm glad y'all here. I'm glad y'all and the people that we follow have inspired us to be here, to do this, to be at the point that we at now. So appreciate y'all. You got something you want to say to the people?
No, again, thank you guys for joining the chat. Like, it's been very lively. We love doing this. Thank you guys for just hanging and rocking with us. We appreciate it. We'll catch y'all next week, though.
All right, we'll catch y'all for the next mission. We'll let y'all know what's going on, what villain we taking down. It's gonna be Disney. Y'all know Big Daddy Disney. Swinging that thing around on our forehead. Anyway, I'm just playing. I'm out. But y'all, I'm having fun. It was cool. Yeah, peace, bro. All right, we
catch
out.
you guys later. All right, peace.